Alright guys, this is Gideon again. This is the continued part of the AutoCAD tutorial part 2. In the previous tutorial, the tutorial was in Amharic, but now I decided to give it in English so that everybody can reach it. So in today's tutorial, what we're going to see is, one second. In this video, we will see the draw panel of the home tab. Draw panel used to create objects. The tools used in draw panel are line tool, polyline, multiline, circle, arc, rectangle, hatch, ellipse, revision, cloud, construction line, and etc. There are also others, but these are enough for us to see. There is also a helical tool to draw helix and spiral staircases in 3D, so that you can draw them. But we'll see those things. You know what? So let's go ahead and see how to draw a line. The command to draw a line is, the normal command is line. The shortcut is, there are 3 ways that you write a command in a line, 3 ways to draw a line. The first one is you just write the full command, that's a line. The second one is shortcut, you just type L on the command line. The third one is you use the line toolbar. Note, as you hover over on each toolbar, AutoCAD tells you what each toolbar does and the steps to use each toolbar. To exit any command, click the escape key on your keyboard. So you click the escape key if you want to exit. So let's go ahead and see how to draw a line. First, open your AutoCAD. Make sure you are on the proper. We have already saw in the first part of this video, how to set the window interface of AutoCAD and seen what the window interface looks like. This is Windows 2018, Windows AutoCAD 2018. So make sure you are on the current layer. The current layer is, my current layer is external wall main. So if you are working on furnitures or something dimensions, you have to make it current dimension on furniture, and you have those lists of layers. So I'm working on one main. I'm not changing it, I'm using it. When I make dimensions, I make it one dimension. So let's use draw with the main. So the first way to draw a line is just type line. See, line. Then enter. Then make sure to follow the prompt of the command line. When you type line and click enter, the command line asks you to specify the first point. You just click anywhere to specify. If you have the coordinate, if you already know the coordinate of the first point, you can put the coordinates like 0, 0 or whatever, if you have the coordinate at hand. But if you don't have that one, you can start from anywhere. Click anywhere. That's the first point. To draw just straight line, horizontal line, you can make ortho on. This is ortho, it's on. Horizontal line, it draws horizontal line. If you should have to show that you are drawing horizontal by moving your cursor in horizontal direction. But if you are drawing in vertical direction, you have to move your cursor in vertical direction and just input the distance you are going to draw. Now the ortho is on, so I can. The first thing that I didn't tell you before I just start drawing is, make sure you are in drafting and annotation workspace, because we are doing in 2 dimension. You have to be in here in drafting and annotation working space. 3D basics and 3D modeling are for 3D dimensional drawings. We'll see that later on our study, in our tutorials, but now we are not seeing that. So 3D modeling and 3D basics are not used now, so make sure you are on drafting and annotation. The other thing is I'm working everything in meters. You can work in many meters, but I just dimension units. I already set my dimension units in meters. So if you don't know how to set your dimension units, you go ahead and check the first part of this video. Just dim units, dimension style, units. You write in units in command line and you set to the meter. So let's go ahead and just draw our line. The first step is, the first method is to write the full command line. This is line. So it asks you to specify the first point. Let's click anywhere or input a coordinate. If ortho is on, to draw a horizontal line, let's draw a horizontal line which is 30 meters long. Just type 30 meters long, just type, then enter. You see, this is a 30 meters long horizontal line. You can check it whether it's right or wrong. Go to dimension to make to see dimension. Let's be on dimension layer style. Change this to dimension. This is a good practice. Then measure dimension. To measure dimension, go to the annotation tab, and here is the dimension. Click it, and it asks you to show the first point of extension line. Here it is. Then the second. Then it asks you specify dimension line location. Just follow the command line. You see, this is 30. That's right. The other thing is to draw exact lines. I mean, you have to make a snap on. I just described that in the first video, but to refresh your memory, go ahead here and snap setting and object snap. Click object snap. Then I just checked those things: endpoint, midpoint, center, geometric center, and perpendicular. You can add some others if you want it, but we can even deduct some, because sometimes it gets confused. I mean, CAD get confused if you put a lot of snapping options. So put a few, and if you want some to add, you can come back and add in the middle of your drawing. So this could be enough for now. I have a geometric center. Let me delete this and check it and check center and click OK and come out. So that's 30. That's right. Let me delete this one. To delete, you select it and go to the modify panel. You see this is the razor. You click it. You will erase it. So the second method is to type the shortcut. Type just L. Enter. See, now you can line specify first point. Make sure to read the command line. That is the best way to practice as a beginner. When you get advanced, you can just run and do whatever you do. But the first time you do, that's the best way to follow. Now let me click at the end point. You see, this is snapping. This snapping is the best for accuracy. It snaps to the end point. If it comes, it's the midpoint. If you want to draw a line from this point, midpoint, the midpoint of this line, the midpoint of a line should be the object snap of the midpoint should be snapped, or maybe it should be checked. So you could snap it as the midpoint. You see. Now let's draw a line from the midpoint of this line. See, click here. This is the midpoint. Then we are on dimension line, on dimension layer. So let me change the layer to wall as the main wall. Still the main wall. So let's draw a line vertical still ortho is on, which is 50 meter long. Enter. See, this is 50 meter long. Let's check. Go to dimension again. Let's change this to dimension layer. Go to dimension, linear. Here you go. See, it is 50. It's 50, and that's right. So this is how you draw a line. The other third method to draw a line is let's erase this dimension line. Let's be on wall. Other way, using the toolbar. You see, those are the toolbar lists. When you go to the draw panel, we got toolbars. The first toolbar is the line toolbar. The second one is the polyline. When you hover on the toolbars, CAD tells you what every toolbar does. Look, when you hover here around it, when you put your cursor on line toolbar, CAD tells you line creates straight line segments. With line, you can create a series of contiguous line segments. Each segment is a line object that can be edited separately. You see, each segment is not a polyline, it's a segment. It's by itself. You click the first point, then second point, then third point. All the first one, the line between 1 and 2 is one object, and between 2 and 3 is another object. You can edit it separately. In case of polyline, if you come to polyline, it's not separate. You can click anywhere, but still it's all the same object. See, you can make a polyline by clicking point 1, point 2, point 3, point 3, point 4, point 5, now point 6, and finally closing to point 1. This could be a polyline, but it's not different object. Line between 1 and 2 is not by a line by itself. It's a polyline. It's a one object from 1 or 2 to 1 closing 1. This is a closed object, polyline closed object. It's a two-dimensional closed object. Object needs one object. You cannot edit one by itself. You have to, if you want to edit one in a line from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 or 3 to 4, you have to explode the polyline first. That's another topic, but for now we just just checking how to draw a line. So use the toolbar, the same thing. See, it asks you to specify the first point. Let's click it here at the end point, and let's type here like 25. Yeah, 25. Enter. Escape. But what if you want an incline to draw an inclined line? If you want to draw an inclined line, you have to make sure make ortho off. Then click line command again. Click here and click another here. You see, this is an inclined line drawn between 2 points. Ortho is off, so you can draw. When ortho is on, you just draw straight lines. Let's measure this thing. To measure this thing, go to dimension. Now let's be on dimension layer. On dimension layer, aligned. We should select aligned so that we can measure aligned measurements. It's not just simple. Yeah, you see, it's 29.15. To the precision is within 2 digits. That's what I already put the precision, 2 digits. That's why it says 29.15. If you put your precision to 3 digits, it's gonna be I don't know, but it's not gonna be just 29.15. It's gonna show you another third precision point or digits. So it depends on allocation of your precision that the dimension shows 2 digits or 3 digits. So this is how we draw a line. The second command is the polyline. That we are going to see is the polyline. Sorry, 1 second. My laptop battery is running low. That's why I'm slowing here. 1 second, please. Okay. Okay. Let's go ahead and check. The second is drawing a polyline. How to draw a polyline? The command is pline. The full command is pline, and the shortcut is pl. Toolbar is the polyline toolbar. So this is how we draw a polyline. Let's go ahead and see. Let's be still on word main. So type pline, then what says specify first start point. You click anywhere, then you can see what's on bracket: arc, half width, length, undo width. This arc polyline draws straight line as first, but you can go change from straight to arc. To change from straight line drawing, you can draw first, specify next point, you click the next point. Then to go from straight line to arc, you have to input A for arc. You see, arc starts with A, we highlighted with green with blue line, blue. That means for arc you can write just A, not, you don't need to write all the arc letters A, R, C. Just the highlighted, the blue highlighted A. That's A for arc. A, enter. Then it says specify endpoint. You see, now it's arc. Now to get back to straight line, you can write L for straight, go back to straight line. Write L. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Line, enter. Now straight line. You see, now straight line. To go back to arc, write A, enter. Then show endpoint. So this is how you draw a polyline. So if you use the shortcut or the other things, it's all the same. So you can go ahead and try using toolbars. The toolbar, the same, yeah, it's all the same. Or writing shortcut PL in the command line and see if there is a difference or not. There is no difference. That's how you draw a polyline. The third one is to draw after the polyline. What we see is multiline. Okay. The full command for multiline is mline. We don't have toolbar for that, but the shortcut is ml. Let's draw with shortcuts. ml. Type ml. ml. Enter. That is specify first point. It says specify first point. Make sure you are using mouse. If you don't have mouse, that's very difficult for you to zoom and pan or pen. So make sure you have ready mouse, so that you'll zoom with scrolling with the wheel, and you pen with holding down the wheel and the wheel of the mouse and moving, the holding down and moving. That's how you pen your drawing. That's how you quickly do everything. So multiline says specify first point. You specify the first point, then specify start point. Next point. Here you go. Now these are two lines, but very small. The width between the two lines is very small. That's why let's escape from this and see. It's drawing two lines. By default, the multiline command draws a line of two lines in a row, but you can have three or four, whatever you custom. You can create a custom style, multiline style. You can create style and use it whatever ways. For example, if you are drawing a road center line, edge line, road edge, to edge side and left side of a road, you might need to draw a multiline with three lines. So that way you can that time you might need to create a multiline with three edge and spacing of different than from this default one. That is I think it's 1 units or 0.5 units or like that. This we can measure and see. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. This is the default one is I think 0.5. Let's see dimension. Yeah, the default is 0.2 now. I think whether it's a default or something where I changed it, it's 0.3 for now. This is 0.2 now, but if you want it, I think that's what I changed it as a custom. So you can change it. You can draw by yourself, creating your custom one. So this is how you draw. The next one, after you draw a multiline, the circle command. A very important command. The circle command is a very important command. How do you do a command? Circle. You write a circle, just full circle in the command line or shortcut C or the toolbar. We got the toolbar too. Circle toolbar. Let's delete this one. Okay. Circle command. Let's use circle. Just write C for the shortcut. It comes with circle option. Here you go. Click circle. It says specify center point for the circle or 3 point. There are options. Draw a circle. What are the options? Let me show you onto the toolbar. When you go to the toolbar, there are options. The first one is center and radius. If you have the center and radius, use this option. This is the first option. If you have center and diameter, use the second, this option. Your input should be center point and diameter if you are using this option. The third one, this one is 2 point option. If you just have 2 points and if you want a circle to pass through that 2 points, those 2 points, use this option. If you have 3 points and if you want the circle to pass through those 3 points, use those options. The other one is you have 2 tangent points. 2 points that the circle is tangent to, and you have radius. Use this one. The other one is 3 tangents. If you have a point, the circle should be tangent to. Pass through as tangent to means from the center, the radius makes it perpendicular to that tangent line. That's that time you use the last one, this option. So you can go ahead and check all those, but I will show you this is the first one. That's easy, center and radius. Here you go. Let's draw a circle we center here and 50 meter diameter. We are saying radius 50. Let's put 50 for radius in there. See, let's measure the radius and prove that it is 50. First, let's draw the radius. Is that on? There you go. Let's draw the radius like this. Okay. Then let's measure linear. See, 50. That's right. This is the radius with radius 50. That's the circle with radius 50. This is how you draw them. The other one is, the next one is arc. How do you draw arc? Let's go ahead and see. Arc. The command is arc. The normal command is arc. Shortcut is A, toolbar, the arc toolbar. So but how we can draw an arc? The command is a 3-point option, the start, center, end. Let's see both these two, and you'll see you'll do the rest. There are a lot of options to draw a circle, an arc. We have a 3-point option. Let's click the 3-point option. Just start point, second point, third. That's all. It's an arc that passes through 6 points. The other thing, shows you with the example. When you hover on the toolbar, it shows you how it creates, how you use it, and so on. Start, center, and end. You see, start, center, end. Creates an arc using start, center, and end. The distance between the start point and the center determines radius. The end point is determined by a line from the center and passes through the third point. The resulting arc is always created counterclockwise. Make sure you have to understand this. The arc is created counterclockwise from the start point. So let's go ahead and try this. Start, center, end. So if you want to draw such kind of arc like this one, start, center, end. So let's draw this. Let's start. Let's say start, center is here, end is here. The same curve. See? Hold on 1 second. Let me change the color. Let me change. Let's use the furniture and let's draw the same curve. Start, center, end. Start, center, end. Let's make the end here. See? It's counterclockwise. It starts here, center is here, and it goes counterclockwise from the first point. This is first point. This is second point. Center is right here. So if you click here, it's going to show you the center. This is the first point. This is the third point, and the second point, and this is the center. So this is how we draw an arc. What's the next command that we're gonna see? We have seen circle, arc. The next is the rectangle. the command is full write rectangle, or the shortcut is rec, or the toolbar is rectangle toolbar. I'm not going to use the command line or the shortcut for now because I have a toolbar. Just I'm going to use the toolbar, just a toolbar. You can try using the command is entry of the command and the shortcuts. I'm not using anymore. Anyway, you can try. I'm going to use rectangle toolbar. What are the options? Inside the rectangle toolbar, we have the polygon and the rectangle. The rectangle is a four-sided object, and the polygon is any side of object. So you have the polygon toolbar inside. When inside a toolbar, when there is inside any toolbar, if there is a drop down, that means there are other options. So make sure the rectangle. It asks you to specify the first corner. Here you go, and the other corner, specify other corner. Here you go. To do exact measurements, you have to use the absolute relative coordinates. For example, let's draw a rectangle. There you go. The first point, let's the first point be 0, 0. Or let's be 10, 20. That's the first coordinate. Then it asks you for the second. The first point is 10, 20. That is then we wanted in the x direction the length of our rectangle to be 50 meters. So the first point is 10 units in the x direction. 10, 20 means the first x direction is 10 units. So if the next point should be if we are going to use 40 units in the x direction at shift at 40 units in the y direction, comma, let's say 60 units, 60, enter. No. Shift at 40, comma, 20. Not 20, comma, 50. Enter. That means 40 units from here and in the x direction, and 50 units from the previous point. That's 50 units from the previous point. That is from 10, 20. This coordinate is 10, 20. If you go to utilities and ID of a point, and this point would be 10, 20. What about this point? This coordinates ID. This point will be, see, 50 in the x direction, because the first one is 10 units and this one is 40. This one is 10. This length is 40 totally. This one will be, this coordinate will be gonna be 50. See, and the y direction 70, because it was started from 20 in the y direction, and the length of the rectangle is 50. It's gonna be 7 units. So that's how you draw exactly rectangle. you go ahead and check how to draw a polygon for you as an exercise for you. Try everything. Ellipse. To draw an ellipse, there is no shortcut for an ellipse. Just you write ellipse in the command or use ellipse toolbar. Here you go. Here is the ellipse toolbar. There are options: center, create an ellipse using specify center point. This is that you just show it the center and two other points on the ellipse axis, on the points on the ellipse. The other one is axis end, axis end. This is how when you hover on the toolbar, it shows what points you need to click if when you're using that command. Let's go and try this one. You see? Let's click. The first one, it says center of ellipse, specify center. Here you go. Then let's be the first point B. End point of the axis. Here you go. Then distance to the other axis. Here you go. This is the ellipse. So next, what's next? This is how we draw an ellipse. Spline. Spline, the command is spline. Alliance or shortcut, none. There is no shortcut for it. Toolbar, there is a toolbar. Let's use the toolbar. Spline is under here. Let's go ahead and use this one. This is a fit curve type, and this is a spline curve between points. This is a fit. Spline fit. Let's just click this one. This one right here. Here you go. You see. You just click and it draws spline curve for you. So any shape you can draw, any shape. Let's go back. Finally, you have to click enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then enter. When you enter, this is the curve, spline curve. So this is how I draw a spline. To draw a construction line, X line. Shortcut none. There is a toolbar, so I'm going to use a toolbar. So construction lines are used in drawings for guidance, to guide you. They are not actually used for they will be deleted after they are drawn as a guidance. See, specify one point and let's make ortho on to make it horizontal or vertical. Ortho on. Here you go. The other enter. To use a command again and again, you can click enter and enter. This is the construction line. It's infinite. It ends in the, so it's infinite. To draw array or which is starts at some point and endless infinite on the other side, use array. So use this. Where is this? Here you go. Here is the command line. There is the toolbar. You click here, for example. Let me delete ortho. Here you go. Here you go. This is how you draw array. It starts from somewhere and ends infinitely. So the other thing we are going to draw is, let's have donut. We don't the hatch command. Let's see the hatch command. Hatch, the command is hatch, H-A-T-C-H, and it has a shortcut. Just we type H. The toolbar is the hatch toolbar. We have the hatch toolbar. The hatch toolbar works in a closed area. For example, let me show you. Let me delete this. Zoom, enter, E, extend, enter. It brings all things. So let me hide those things. Hatch. I have a hatch. Where is the hatch? I have a hatch here, hatch. Then command line. Here you go, hatch. What are the options? There is a gradient option, there is a boundary option, but let's use this hatch option. Hatch. Select solid if you want a solid. There is angled one. Let's use this angled one. You can make it associative if you want. Change with the area, or annotative. It scales up or scales down with the viewport. Click inside pick point inside a closed area. Then this is hatch. You can change the scale right here. It says 40, but you can increase or decrease. 50, you see, more visible. You can increase a little bit. Here is the scale area. Angle, you can change the angle of the hatch. This is how you do a hatch. It's to show corridors and something, a cut area, the cutting material, a cutting tool pass through something, and if you want to show with a hatch, that time use a hatch. The other thing, let's go ahead and check what's rest gradient. Already jumped. You can go ahead and see how to draw a solid donut. Solid is just rectangular area or whatever it is, whatever the area is, that is a solid one. Just use the solid command. There is no shortcut, no to worry about that. Just use solid command. The other thing, the last thing we are going to see, the revision cloud command. The rev cloud or the rev cloud command line, right? Rev cloud or toolbar rev cloud. Why you use rev cloud? You draw a cloud, revision cloud, as a freehand or a rectangular, to show something need attention or like that. For example, in a drawing, in this drawing, if I draw, for example, let's go ahead and show you, draw revision. I can draw rectangular here. See, this is revision cloud, so this area needs attention. That means I'm drawing that way. Or you can draw the freehand one, polygon, or freehand one. The freehand one says, let's say draw here, the freehand one. Then finally enter. See, this area is why it starts reverse direction. No, I don't want a reverse direction, just the one I draw. So this is how we draw revision cloud. Freehand or rectangular. This concludes the home tab and the row panel session of our tutorial. Thank you for watching. Before I wind up this thing, I already explained everything, but those things you have to understand. Those things what you understand when drawing. In the next video we'll see the modify panel of the home tab. Before that, you need to understand exact data input methods. Just drawing a line is just doesn't matter. You can click anywhere and draw a line. Just 2 points. You click 2 points anywhere and you click a line. But inputting the exact data in the exact line, drawing the exact line is a different thing. What your mind should be on the AutoCAD. What your sketch should be on AutoCAD. So exact data input should be well known. So how you put, there are polar methods, there are relatives, there are exact methods. You just input data directly into with coordinates, with direct distance methods, or with relative absolute coordinate method, or relative. Those things should be well known. The other thing is you have to know is selecting objects to modify them. If you go to modifying panel, you have to understand selecting objects. Let me show you. For example, you can select an object by just clicking by 3 methods. The first one is by just clicking the object. Look, when I click this circle, the circle is selected. Now I can delete it. Go to modify it and select, or move it, or delete it, or rotate it, or like that, or mirror it. But let's delete it. To undo it, Control Z. This brings back. The other thing is you can select by there is a window selection from left to right. Window selection from left to right needs a full enclosure of the objects to be selected. Look here. See? Look. See this window left from right that I made from left to right doesn't include the whole part of the circle. That's why the circle is not selected. See, I can delete now this rectangular area. Delete. Let's get back and see right to left selection. Window selection from right to left. See, even though it's not fully selected, selected it. See, it's not fully selected, but it selects the other part. Now I can delete all the whole too. Control D to get back. Control Z is to undo when you make mistakes. Control Z is to get back one step. You can go back and make as many times you want. Control Z. Then we save this project for now, and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.